Are you ready for an adventure? Snuggle in and close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now use your imagination to picture the story in your head as we begin our adventure. Once upon a time, in a land where trees whispered secrets and rivers sparkled with colors only found in dreams, there lived a girl named Lily. Lily was a curious explorer. She spent her days wandering through the Enchanted Forest, a magical place where the air felt like a gentle caress and the leaves sang songs of wonder. On one warm and golden day, as the sun sparkled through the sky, Lily's curiosity led her on a new adventure. She skipped along the well-trodden paths she knew so well, her heart dancing with excitement. But as she followed a path she'd never noticed before, something peculiar happened. The path seemed to twist and turn, leading her deeper into the heart of the forest. Lily's steps were light, her eyes wide with amazement. As she ventured deeper, the air grew fragrant with the sweet scent of flowers, and a gentle breeze whispered through the leaves as if beckoning her forward. The forest seemed alive, and Lily couldn't help but follow the winding path with a sense of wonder bubbling in her chest. Before long, the path opened to reveal a clearing unlike any Lily had seen before. In the center of the clearing lay a pond, its waters shimmering with a light so enchanting that it seemed to hold the very essence of magic. The pond was framed by delicate wildflowers that seemed to nod in greeting, and Lily felt as though she had stumbled upon a secret world hidden away just for her. Kneeling by the edge of the pond, Lily dipped her fingers into the water, sending ripples that danced like laughter. The pond's surface reflected the colors of the sky, creating a dazzling display of gold. As Lily gazed into the water, she felt a tingling warmth spreading through her fingertips and into her heart. It was as if the pond was whispering stories to her, inviting her to uncover its mysteries. Lily's eyes widened with awe as she realized that this was no ordinary pond. It was a gateway to a realm of magic, a place where dreams and reality intertwined. The forest around her seemed to hold its breath, as if knowing that something extraordinary was unfolding. Deep within the heart of the Enchanted Forest, where the trees stood tall like ancient guardians and the air hummed with magic, lived an old and grumpy gnome named Grimble. His crooked nose and tangled beard matched his sour disposition. Unlike the cheerful creatures and vibrant plants that thrived around him, Grimble had grown bitter over the years. His tiny home was nestled among the roots of an enormous oak tree, its trunk wide and gnarled like the wrinkles on his brow. Inside, his walls were lined with shelves holding dusty books filled with spells and secrets. He spent his days poring over these books, seeking the power that would allow him to rid the forest of its enchantment. One moonlit night, as the stars winked in the velvet sky, Grimble concocted his most devious plan yet. He had heard whispers of a glimmering pond at the heart of the forest, a pond that held the very magic that made the Enchanted Forest so vibrant and alive. Those fools and their laughter, Grimble grumbled to himself. They think this forest is a place of wonder and delight, but I know the truth. The magic here has kept me isolated, an outcast. It's time to take matters into my own hands. Grimble stewed in bitterness. His crooked nose twitched with disdain as he gazed at the magical glow coming from the heart of the forest, the source of his anger. He had always thought the forest's magic as a mean joke played upon him. In his eyes, the magic had made him an outcast. Grimble had grown up in a small gnome village surrounded by family and friends, but as he began to display magic powers, the magic of the forest had singled him out and given him great powers. Instead of being celebrated, his talent became a source of envy and fear among his friends. His friends started to tease him and whisper jokes about him. Grimble's heart twisted with anger at how he was treated. It was the loneliness and loss of friends that fueled his desire for revenge against the forest. I believed that by stealing its magic and watching the enchanted forest wither and fade, he could finally be free from the magic, and his friends would accept him. And it was this feeling that spurred him to devise his sinister plan, a plan that threatened the magical realm. With his twisted fingers, he flipped through one of his ancient spellbooks, searching for a way to get the magic from the pond. The pages crackled beneath his touch, revealing a spell that promised to drain the enchantment from anything it touched. A wicked grin stretched across his face as he read the words aloud, each sentence pulsing with dark intent. As Grimble recited the spell, the air grew heavy with an evil energy. Shadows danced across the walls and the room seemed to shiver. Outside, the once happy creatures of the forest sensed the disturbance. Birds stopped singing, and even the wind slowed, as if aware of the danger. With the final word of the spell, Grimble thrust his gnarled staff into the air, its tip glowing with an eerie light. He could feel the connection forming between his spell and the glimmering pond at the very heart of the enchanted forest's magic. The pond's waters trembled and a low, mournful hum filled the air. It was as if the forest itself was protesting, sensing the impending loss of its life force. Grimble cackled triumphantly, his eyes gleaming with joy. Once I drain this pond, the magic will be gone, the enchanted forest will crumble, and I shall finally have my revenge. And so as the sun continued its journey across the sky, Grimble's sinister plan took root, and the very magic that brought wonder and joy to every corner was now in grave danger, threatened by a vengeful gnome consumed by bitterness. Lily wandered deeper into the heart of the enchanted forest. As she walked, a gentle rustling in the leaves caught her attention. Turning her head, she saw a rabbit with fur as fluffy as a cloud. It hopped toward her, its eyes bright and curious. Lily knelt and reached out her hand, her fingers wiggling playfully. The rabbit hopped closer and nuzzled her hand, its softness like a gentle breeze. "Hello there," Lily whispered, her voice as light as the breeze itself. "Are you from this magical forest too?" The rabbit nodded, its ears twitching as if it were trying to share a secret. Lily giggled, feeling the rabbit's whiskers in the palm of her hand. "I'm Lily," she introduced herself, her eyes twinkling like stars in the night sky. The rabbit hopped in a little circle, inviting Lily to follow. Without hesitation, Lily rose to her feet and followed her newfound friend. The rabbit led her deeper into the forest where the trees seemed to grow taller and wiser. Lily noticed that the trees had faces, kind and ancient faces that watched over the forest like wise old guardians. She approached one of the tallest trees, its bark etched with patterns that seemed to tell stories of ages long past. Lily placed her hand on the rough surface, feeling a shiver of magic pass through her fingertips. "Hello, dear tree," Lily greeted the guardian with a smile. A voice, soft and gentle like a breeze, seemed to echo in her mind. "Greetings, young one. I am Elderwood, the keeper of the forest's memories." Lily's eyes widened in amazement. "You can talk?" The tree's branches swayed as if nodding. "In this enchanted place, many things are possible. I have witnessed the unfolding of the forest's tale, and I am here to share its wisdom with those who seek it." Lily's heart danced with excitement. "Tell me, Elderwood, about the magic of this forest and the pond I discovered." "You discovered the Pond of Beginnings," said Elderwood. Lily's eyes widened with wonder. "The Pond of Beginnings? What does that mean?" Elderwood began to explain. "Long ago, when this forest was but a seedling of what it is now, there lived a group of creatures who yearned for a place of harmony. They wished for a place where magic flowed like the rivers and connected all living things." Lily leaned in, captivated by the tale. "And did they find it?" The tree blinked, its gaze distant as if peering into the past. They did. They gathered around the pond, their hopes and dreams mingling with the water. The forest itself responded, infusing the pond with the magic of their hopes and dreams. Lily's heart swelled as she imagined the scene, the creatures coming together, their dreams intertwining with the water. Every whisper of the trees, every rustle of the leaves, and every flutter of wings contributed to the magic, the Elderwood continued. And so the Pond of Beginnings was born, a reflection of the forest's collective hopes and dreams. Lily's eyes shimmered with understanding. So the pond holds the magic of the entire forest? The Elderwood smiled, its eyes filled with a depth of wisdom that seemed to span centuries. Indeed, those who approach it with a pure heart can feel its magic, and those who seek to protect the forest and nurture its magic will find themselves blessed by its power. Lily felt a surge of awe for the pond, as if she had been entrusted with a precious secret. "I want to protect the forest and its magic," she declared, her voice firm with determination. The Elderwood's gaze softened. "You have the heart of a warrior, dear child. Remember that the bond between nature and those who cherish it is a bond that can never be broken. The magic of the Enchanted Forest is not just in the pond or the trees. It's in every kind word, every caring action, and every beat of your heart that feeds the magic." Suddenly a chill seemed to taint the air, and the forest darkened. At the pond, the water's once captivating radiance began to waver. Tendrils of darkness slithered across the water's surface, like shadows cast by unseen hands. The playful sprites that were dancing above the pond now hovered at a distance, their expressions marked by worry. Lily had a feeling of dread. It was as if the very heart of the forest was sending out an urgent message. Something was amiss. Something that threatened the delicate balance of magic that had always thrived in the forest. "Lily!" Elderwood's voice resonated like the rustling leaves. "The forest's magic is in peril." Lily nodded, her eyes brimming with worry. "Elderwood, something's wrong. The magic is changing, growing darker." Elderwood's branches creaked, a sound that seemed like a sigh. "I fear Grimble is behind this. Grimble's intentions have always been tainted by bitterness and loneliness. His heart harbors a darkness that seeks to extinguish the very magic that sustains us. If you really want to protect the forest and its magic, you must become a guardian of this land's magic, the keeper of its balance. You will have to stand against Grimble's evil and save the Enchanted Forest from the shadow he wishes to cast." Lily's determination surged as Elderwood's words settled within her. She met the wise tree's gaze, her resolve unwavering. "I will do whatever it takes, Elderwood. The Enchanted Forest deserves to thrive, and I won't let Grimble's darkness win." Elderwood's leaves rustled once more, a gesture of encouragement. "Remember, Lily, the bond between the forest is strong. Draw upon that connection, trust in the lessons you learn, and you will find the strength to overcome the shadows that threaten us." With a final nod, Lily left the clearing, the echoes of Elderwood's wisdom ringing in her ears. She knew that the battle ahead would be challenging, but she also knew that the forest's magic flowed through her veins, a force that could overcome even the darkest of intentions. Lily walked through the Enchanted Forest searching for Grimble. She knew that her mission was going to be tough. Armed with the knowledge she had gathered from the talking wise tree, her heart was determined and her steps confident as she wandered to the edge of a babbling brook. The water shimmered with an inviting sparkle, but a mischievous water sprite named Bubbles appeared, blocking her path. Bubbles had a worried look in her eyes. Bubbles' wings fluttered. "I've been waiting for you to get here. I've got a special mission just for you." Lily's curiosity piqued. A mission? What is it? I am already trying to find Grimble and stop him from destroying the Enchanted Forest. Bubbles nodded knowingly. This mission will help you fight Grimble. You see, deep within the Whispering Woods lives an ancient tree named Majestra. Its leaves hold the secrets of forgotten tales and hidden magic. But Majestra has grown tired and needs a burst of fresh energy to rejuvenate. Lily nodded, captivated by the idea. How can I help? Bubbles hopped closer, her wings creating a soft breeze. Collect 3 glowing petals from the starlight glade. They are rare and hold the power of the Enchanted Forest's magic. Bring them to Majestra, and its rejuvenation will spread new stories and wisdom through the Whispering Woods and revitalize some of the magic. Lily's heart swelled with purpose. I accept the mission, Bubbles. I will gather the glowing petals and help Majestra. With a twirl, Bubbles guided Lily toward the direction of the starlight glade. Lily found herself standing in the heart of the starlight glade. The petals she sought shimmered softly in the grass, their gentle light illuminating the glade like a magical dance. With each petal she collected, Lily felt a connection to the forest's magic grow stronger within her. As she held the final petal in her hand, she knew that her mission was more than a task. It was a part of her role as a guardian to help the Enchanted Forest and ensure its well-being. With the glowing petals safely gathered, Bubbles led Lily to the Majestra tree. Lily handed Bubbles the delicate flower petals she had collected on her journey, each one carrying a touch of the forest's magic. Bubbles soared up to the Majestra tree. Petals cradled gently in her tiny hands. The tree, its leaves dulled and its glow diminished, seemed to respond to Bubbles' presence. As she placed the flower petals upon the tree's branches, a soft, shimmering light began to emerge. The petals nestled against the leaves, their magic intertwining with the Majestra tree. In response to this gift of magic, the Majestra tree stirred, its branches trembled, and the air itself seemed to hum with a growing energy. Lily watched in awe as the tree's leaves, once dimmed, now glowed with renewed brilliance. Tiny orbs of light formed among the leaves, each one containing a fragment of the tree's restored magic. With a flourish of its branches, the Majestra tree released these orbs into the air. They danced like fireflies, carrying with them an enchanting glow that spread across the clearing. As they descended, the orbs began to swirl around Lily, their magic gentle and warm as they brushed against her skin. Each orb contained a promise of hope, a reminder of the Majestra tree's gratitude. One radiant orb floated in front of her. She reached out, hand took the orb, amazed at how so many colors swirled inside of it. With the orb in her hand, she could feel an energy coursed through her veins. She felt a connection, a bond with every tree, every creature, and every whispering leaf around her. Colors became more vibrant, sounds more melodious, and scents more intoxicating. She could feel the forest and its unyielding resilience against the darkness that threatened it. It was as if the forest had gifted her a part of itself, an essence of magic to aid her on her journey. Lily's heart filled with gratitude and wonder. She knew this infusion of magic was not only a gift but a responsibility. She pledged to honor this connection, to protect and preserve the Enchanted Forest, ensuring that its magic continued to flourish. The bond between her and the forest had deepened, and she was now a beacon of hope in the battle against Grimble's darkness. The forest had chosen her, and she was ready to embrace her role as its guardian. The sprite's wings shimmered with delight as she congratulated Lily. "You've done it! Majestra has been revitalized, and the stories it holds will live on." Lily was ready to face the challenges ahead, knowing that the Enchanted Forest's magic flowed through her veins, just as it did through the Majestra tree's glowing leaves. As the two friends made their way back through the forest, the air seemed to hum with anticipation. Lily's heart was brimming with hope and determination, ready to face Grimble with the forest's knowledge and magic. The sun dipped low in the sky, casting long shadows that stretched like sleepy giants across the forest floor. In a small clearing nestled among the ancient trees, Lily stood facing Grimble, her heart pounding like the rhythm of a secret drum. Grimble's crooked nose twitched as he sneered at Lily. "So little human, did Elderwood send you to stop me? The Enchanted Forest's magic will be destroyed, and there is nothing you can do about it." Lily squared her shoulders, her eyes gleaming with determination. "You might have tricks up your sleeve, Grimble, but I have something more powerful. The magic of the forest and the knowledge I've gained from the creatures of this forest." A low chuckle rumbled from deep within Grimble's throat. "Knowledge, you say? What could you possibly know that would stand against my centuries of dark wisdom?" With a mischievous smile, Lily reached into her pocket and pulled out the glowing orb. The colorful lights within it pulsed like a heartbeat, casting dancing colors on the trees around them. "This, Grimble, is the essence of the Enchanted Forest's magic. It's a reminder of the beauty and wonder that you're trying to destroy." Grimble's eyes narrowed as he stared at the glowing orb. "And what do you intend to do with that, little girl? You can't possibly defeat me with a mere orb." Lily's smile widened as she held the orb high above her head. "Oh, but you see, Grimble, this orb is a symbol of the forest's resilience and the unity of its creatures, and with it, I can call upon the magic of the forest to aid me." As Lily spoke, a soft breeze rustled the leaves above, and the trees seemed to lean in closer, as if lending their strength to her cause. Bubbles flitted around her, her wings shimmering with encouragement. With a sudden surge of movement, Grimble raised his arms, summoning a swirling vortex of dark energy. Shadows danced around him, merging into a menacing figure that loomed over the gnome like a storm cloud. "Behold my power!" Grimble roared, his laughter echoing through the clearing. With a deep breath, Lily focused on the orb, allowing her thoughts to merge with the forest's energy. The tiny orb began to glow brighter, responding to her intent. She summoned the warmth she had felt when she first held the orb, allowing that warmth to expand and intensify within her. It surged through her fingertips into the orb. The orb responded, its glow now vibrant and dazzling. Lily's eyes met Grimble's, her determination unwavering. With a swift, fluid motion, she released the magic within the orb, sending a wave of brilliant light toward Grimble. The magical energy crackled through the air, illuminating the clearing and casting long, shifting shadows. Grimble, caught off guard, attempted to counter with his own dark magic, but the purity and strength of the forest's energy proved too difficult. Lily's magical wave overpowered Grimble, pushing him back. The force sent shockwaves through the clearing, shaking the very ground they stood upon. As the magical clash continued, Lily could sense the forest standing with her. The trees whispered words of encouragement, the sprites danced in harmony, and the Majestra tree's leaves glowed with a renewed brilliance. She drew upon this collective strength, allowing it to amplify her magic. With a final surge of energy, Lily's magic overpowered Grimble. The dark gnome was enveloped in a cascade of light, disarming his evil intentions. The clearing fell still, and Lily stood, breathless but victorious. The gnome let out a cry of frustration as his dark spells dissolved like mist. As the echoes of the battle faded, the forest seemed to sigh in relief. Grimble slumped to the ground, defeated and deflated. The showdown with Grimble had been a test of strength, courage, and heart, and Lily had emerged as a true guardian of the Enchanted Forest. Lily stood before Grimble, her eyes locking onto his with a mixture of determination and compassion. "Grimble," she began, her voice steady. "I've seen the potential of your magic, the incredible power you possess. Imagine if you channeled that energy toward positive change in the Enchanted Forest." Grimble's eyes narrowed. Skepticism etched into his features. "Positive change? What good could my magic possibly bring?" Lily gestured to the surrounding forest, its vibrant colors and magical creatures. "The very magic that flows through this land can heal, nurture, and inspire. With your abilities, you could mend wounded trees, heal hurt creatures, and ensure that the forest thrives for generations to come. Imagine being part of something greater than yourself, something that brings joy and wonder to every corner of this place." Grimble's brow furrowed, a conflicted expression crossing his face. "And what would I gain from such a transformation?" Lily's voice softened. "You would gain a purpose, a legacy of positivity that would outshine the bitterness you've held on to. Instead of leaving a legacy of darkness, you could leave a mark of beauty and healing, a mark that will be remembered with gratitude by the creatures of this forest." A breeze rustled the leaves above, as if the forest itself were listening. Lily stepped closer to Grimble, her eyes holding his gaze. "Grimble, I believe that deep down you have the potential for goodness. The magic that courses through you can be a force for good, not destruction. Together, we can ensure that the Enchanted Forest remains a place of magic and wonder, a place that everyone will cherish." For a moment, the air seemed to still, as if time itself held its breath. Grimble's eyes flickered with uncertainty, his hardened demeanor softening. "A force for good," he repeated, his voice barely a whisper. Lily nodded, a small smile touching her lips. "Yes, Grimble, with your help we can heal this land, protect its magic, and ensure that the forest's enchantment continues to thrive. The animals and creatures of the forest will become your friends as you help them and build trust." A conflicted struggle played across Grimble's face. Lily held her breath, her heart yearning for the change that was within reach. After what felt like an eternity, a glimmer of realization shone in his eyes. "Perhaps," he said, his voice tinged with a hint of hope, "it's time to let go of the darkness and make new friends." And in that moment, beneath the whispering leaves, Lily's compassion and belief in the power of change began to work a magic of their own. Lily and Grimble stood together, a symbol of the power of friendship and the magic that could be found in even the most unexpected places. With the threat of Grimble's plan thwarted and the Enchanted Forest's magic restored, Lily stood amidst the vibrant greenery, her heart brimming with a mixture of relief and joy. The air felt different, lighter, more alive, as if the forest was dancing around her. Lily's eyes twinkled as she watched a family of squirrels playfully chase each other through the trees. Nearby, a stream gurgled and giggled as it wound its way around moss-covered rocks. Everything seemed to radiate a newfound energy, as if the forest itself was whispering its gratitude. Bubbles flitted by as she danced in the wind. "You've shown remarkable courage and determination, young Lily," she said. "I'm so proud of you," her voice full of caring and love. In this moment, Lily understood that her journey had been more than a battle against darkness. It had been a journey of self-discovery, of forging bonds with the creatures of the forest, and of realizing the transformative power of hope and compassion. The lessons she had learned from Elderwood, the guidance she had received from Bubbles, and the change she had witnessed in Grimble had all come together to shape her into the guardian the Enchanted Forest needed. Grimble turned to Lily, and with a questioning look in his eyes, he said, "What if I fail? What if my darkness cannot be undone and no one likes me?" Lily stepped closer. Failure is not set in stone. If you truly want to change, if you genuinely want to make amends, you can. When the creatures of the forest see how you've changed, they will become your friends and encourage you to do the right things. Friends provide encouragement and help when you need it. Grimble's hands trembled slightly, uncertainty mingling with hope. The clearing seemed to hold its breath as he contemplated the path before him. "Very well," he said, his voice carrying a note of newfound resolve. "I will try. I really do miss having friends, which is why I started all this mischief. I will try to help the forest and make new friends instead of trying to make my old friends like me again." Lily's smile was a reflection of the forest's joy. "Thank you, Grimble. Your efforts won't go unnoticed. The Enchanted Forest has a way of rewarding those who care for it, and I think the new friendships you build will make you very happy. You already made 2 new friends, me and Bubbles." A grin crossed Grimble's face, and Lily was excited to see the gnome finally smiling. The Enchanted Forest had been saved, and now it had 2 new guardians ensuring its magic continued to flourish. And so, as the stars emerged in the velvety sky and the Enchanted Forest settled into a peaceful slumber, Lily's heart remained forever intertwined with the magic of the land she had saved. With each rustling leaf and every sparkling river, the story of her adventure would be whispered through the ages by the elderwood.